Hello, my name is Jerome, and welcome to my RC Construction YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about servos. The servos, which are these things here, control the hydraulic valves that control the bucket, the stick, and the boom. It allows them to move by this piece here on the end turning, and when it turns, it opens the valve in different directions. So what I want to show you today, Lesu actually sent me these two servos here to replace the ones that failed for my bucket and my stick. This one here I bought off YouTube, which is the exact same thing, just to see if there was a way I could get them quicker. This took a week to get here. These two took 2 weeks to come from China. And this third one here fits. I bought it off Amazon and they delivered this one in 2 days. However, when this piece here is taken off, there's a mounting thing on top. This one is bigger than the standard Lesu. So I actually had to take this brass piece and drill it out just a hair to get this to fit. So I think this is in I'll put a link to this in the description, but if you use this, you will have to drill that out. So what I want to show you that's really important that may help prevent burning your servos out, and I believe it's why I may have burned mine out. Let me get rid of this light. All right, this is my Paladin transformer. If I take you to the home page here, click these three bars in the top corner. And what you want to go to is endpoints. Endpoints determine how far your servos turn. So when this piece here spins, you have the distance that this maxes out, and you also have the distance that the valve's actually able to turn. If this is set to turn too farther than the valve can actually go, every time it cranks over, it's gonna sort of bottom itself out up against that valve. And when that happens, it makes the coils in here start to heat up because it's pushing more and more current to try to move something it physically cannot move. And what these endpoints do is set the endpoint of how far this will actually turn. So I made a little demonstration here just to be able to show you. If you can see these marks on here. So I believe this is for the bucket. Right. That's for the bucket. So if I scroll on here to the bucket and I click on bucket, whichever way I move my gimbal, the change that needs to make illuminates green. So right now I'm going to go on this 110% that you see right here. When I push this 110%, you can see how this moves all the way over to this mark. I marked it with a magic marker. So that's 110%. When this came from the factory, these settings were 120 on the outer ends and 100 on the two inner ones. And it's only the two inner ones that I can change. So when it came from the factory, I have this set on 100 now. You can see it moves a little less than when it was far up here. I believe I'm going to leave it on around 80 or 85. Let me try 85. And now you can see it goes to this, almost this center one, instead of out here. Keep in mind, when these are mounted inside the excavator, its range of motion is only this piece here. It's only going to turn over just a little bit. It's not going to be the end of this thing making a big swing. So I'm going to put mine at 85. It seems to give enough twist to be able to open the valve and allow the hydraulic fluid to flow. If I don't put enough, say I ran this down to 50 or so, this would just make a very small movement. And with a movement that small, the hydraulic valve would only open just a little bit. And you would see the function of the bucket, the stick, or the big arm move really slow because it's not getting enough fluid through. So I did a lot of research because I was disappointed that 2 of these failed. So I'm going to disassemble this excavator today. And when I disassemble it, I'm going to replace, well, with these 3 I just received, I'm going to replace the bucket, the stick, and the big arm ones. And, and also replace the 2 extras I had in there. And then I'll just have a few extra on the bench, which hopefully I won't need by making these changes and setting up the ends, the ends of to 85%. As I was learning this, looking through YouTube, I saw some people had their stuff down to 45%, but they did not say what type of equipment that they were using when they made those settings. They just had a Paladin transmitter. I don't know if it was a car, a dump truck, or what. I set mine that low, and it was too low. It wouldn't work. So I'm going to run it at 85, and hopefully I will not have to disassemble this to replace any more servos. And in case you wondered or had to get some, this is the package that Lesu sent me that these servos came in. And this number here, the LB12G, or here we go up here, LS12G servo, that's the actual part number from Lesu if you ever had to order it. So that's all I got for today. Click like if you like what you saw. If you learned something today, feel free to subscribe. And the more I learn, the more I'll share. Have a good one. Peace.